Hi everyone, Susie here from Minnesota, and I garden in a zone 4B. I'm taking you on another July tour, just an update on how everything is growing. Love these daylilies. They're mini pearl. The bulbos look good. We got another 3 inches of rain here. And more to come. It's been amazing. No watering. Everything's lush. I do have to work in this garden today. It's one of the last ones I have to kind of trim up. So I'm not going to go over much in this one. Nothing's really changed except for a little bit more growth. This weekend I've just been working on maintenance and just neatening, weeding. It's all calamintha in there. A lot of it's self-seeded. Bee balm still looks pretty good. Going over Arabella clematis. The above and beyond roses are going to be blooming again here. I don't think I've ever had that happen. That just kind of tells you how much rain we've had. Yeah, so just neaten these edges and these, clipping back so you can see some hostas. Curly fries was getting eaten up, but also the rabbits were eating it, then other plants were. Lots of flowers on my hostas, so I'm just kind of picking and choosing which ones I cut back and which ones I leave right now. I got this trimmed, which is so nice. These heucheras look great. I know there's still one rabbit around here. Yeah, not much besides just weeding, which makes a huge difference, and just, like I said, the edges here. These alliums are blue eddy, not quite blooming. Probably be, from the way it looks, about another 2 weeks at least. This container, there's just one plant in there. All I can say is wow. Early morning. Oh, I was just looking here. I thought, don't be a Japanese beetle. I don't have many, but I do intend to get a few here and there. Especially on the climbing beans. And Georgia peach looks great over here. But yeah, came in here too, just neatened up the border. There wasn't much weeding to do, but it was just mainly cleaning that up. These are pretty. I do want to get in there and trim those. They're just getting a little tall. These also, but the bees were loving it also. I do like the purple ones. But the other thing is, once the petals start dropping, what it is because we're so wet, it just kind of sticks to the leaves and it gets gooey. So it's not a really nice look. Henry has a few blooms left. I know there's still a little bit more to come. Clematis. This too looks great. So just one in here. These were the bulbs that I saved from last year. I'll do that again. Love the blue hostas back here. This is where you can really see that blue color. Pretty shady. It gets a little afternoon sun. I think that Juga looks great in here. It died over winter. Not died, just all of that foliage died back. But I was a little concerned it completely died, but it did not. I still have some weeding to do here, so that's the easy part. I just take my garden hoe. The blue butterfly pea. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna do anything, but hey, I'll give it a chance. Grew that from seed. That is a slow grower. It better be spectacular when it blooms because I don't think I'll grow that again. Fuchsias. The ferns look so good this year. Again, that rain, it's just every other day, just getting rain. Hakana clawgrass. Just I left that petunia there. So I did trim up all of the Alchemilla here and in back. I have to work on the front ones. Just those blooms when they're laying over it, they collect a lot of water, and with as wet as it is. If there's any varieties you want to know, just let me know in the comments. I do these tours once a week, so there's really nothing new that's blooming except for lots of hosta flowers. There's just a transition right now with my gardens. I do a lot of repeats because they just do the best for me. These containers are so beautiful. I love the eucalyptus in here. Very low maintenance, very low water needs with the wire vine. I'm gonna go this way. I think I told you this last video. I did plant this. It is a little transition here with the yellowing, but that's okay. I couldn't keep that. I had to water that twice a day. Again, lots of flowers, and just means they're super happy. This canna is so pretty. I'll try and save those too, but I'll do it a little differently than the begonias. Yeah, of course, none of them are blooming. This is Nosferatu, but that's the only problem. It's just, it's everything so wet. There's like that morning dew on everything. I'm like, gosh. But yeah. It's funny how you can weed, and then and get everything. Those brown heads are just going to stay on the Sabaria cerbifolium. It's just such a task to take to get that all trimmed. There's no way. This is doing good. Peppers are doing, we're going to go okay. It's just been so wet. I feel that they tend to like it a little bit drier, but this is just an eggplant. I think the blooms are pretty. Squashes are doing great back there. I can't say enough about this plant though, with this just being one in this container. Monarch Magic, Ageratum. I don't ever deadhead this plant, and the monarchs do love it. I think I have 4 around that they just don't leave this plant. Malabar spinach is all the way to the top. Oh, climbed up this post too here. So. And some of the squash back here. I have to help it along. Oh, not too bad. And then I neatened this up, but then I have some moss growing down here, and wherever I found moss, I just kind of put it in. I like moss. Love that look, so I just shoved it in there. And then this, so mowing lawn is a lot easier. Clematis is doing great back there. Viticella, Polish Spirit on the right, pink mink on the left, and then some really tall, incredible hydrangeas. And then the super tall, wispy plant back there that you can really tall, I would say, it's got to be 10 feet tall, is late fake wort. Native. I'll just go in here quick. Everything's just grown so lush that I can't have a hard time walking. Zucchini, you can see I have a bunch in there. Love it. They say it's a little bit fleshier, creamier, less water content, so I can't wait to try that. And yeah, the peppers just got really tall here. I just think it's so much rain. I do have some peppers on. Been harvesting a lot of beets. They've been fantastic. A lot of self-seeded that this pathway is now taken up along in here. You can see I lost my path back there, so peas have been doing really good also. I have to go a different way. But yeah, I have a lot of self-seeded plants too, like the Verbena Bampton. Very difficult plant to see. And then Nicotiana, I'm loving. I love that dusty purpley color. This clematis looks great. Princess Kate. Again, lots of alliums. And then this edge too. I know it got a little narrow. It was that narrow just because there are certain plants that I had a hardy geranium that really took up that area. Just don't want to lose too much of my path. Veronica. This is just one I grew from seed. This is a phlox here. I thought it was going to be white, but it looks like it's going to be pink. Yeah, this is all the Verbena Bampton. I'm just wondering, and I mean, I don't know. I think I might leave it, but then I also want the Alchemilla mollis to kind of show through. So I don't know what I want to do. And then these are bobblehead alliums. We'll see how I like them. They're just really, I don't know, not as fluffy as the others. So we'll see. I know the birds are landing on them too to get to the bird bath. So they've been breaking some. But and this hydrangea is starting here. I think this is Quickfire. I don't remember. I've moved this so many times now that I forget which one. And to me, I mean, it's a little airier, but most of the panicle hydrangeas end up looking like one another. For the most part, this is David Phlox. So this is just going to be white here, just starting. I'm sure next week everything will be in full glory with the blooms, but I know they're talking a lot more rain to come this week for us. Strawberries, I keep having to hide. So I just tuck them in here. Oh, I have to burn that. This is still, it's just been either very wet, very windy, just not working out to burn. But this is an eggplant. This is an Asian one. This one is called Chinese string. Isn't that really neat? Looking great. The chocolate cosmos is getting taken over by this pelargonium. But actually, look how gorgeous that is. It does bloom a little pink, but that foliage, I mean, maybe it'll pull through. That's okay. If you don't know by now, I love foliage. Fall containers I planted up, the cheap annuals. Oh, right here. This one looks really nice. So it's just, with all this rain, I worry about them flopping, and a lot do flop. It's just what happens when those heads are so big. All I did this year was trim off the heads, and it still looks fantastic. Looks great from behind too. Lots of blooms there. And then this one will be coming along. This one looks good too. So no, if it's a year that you can't trim your panicle hydrangeas, not a big deal. Don't worry about it. They'll still bloom. This rose, when it's done blooming here, I've got a lot of buds to come up here. Like I said, all this rain is just, and this will continue to bloom on and off, but I really want to trim this up so I can walk through this area again. And then I have more of that one here, eggplant. I like eggplant, but I don't like, I'm hoping I can just chop that up and just use a little olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, and good to go. Otherwise, eggplant parmesan is good, but I just don't want to fry everything and bread it if I can help it. I had to cut that Veronica back. It was just looking tough, like some of it was forming weird, so it's probably, I don't know, some sort of disease, and that's fine. I can dig that out. Wee white still looks great here, hydrangea. This bee balm, I'm just giving it its moment to bloom, and then I will move it with the other bee balms. That's just a raspberry. Yeah, so it took up this huge area. I do have another plant that I'm gonna put there. So this is what the Veronica did look like, but yeah, it was browning and it's just weird. It's weird because I thought that all of the begonia bulbs died when I brought them out to harden them off because it just fried. And then it came back with a vengeance, and probably was the best thing because now those blooms are just, in full glory. I did move these two. They have calendula. It's just so shaded now with this rose, and this lilac that this is more of a shady area. So just put it into the sun and move it back. Hopefully the rabbits didn't find it, but yeah, look at that. I'll be saving those bulbs too. Bulbs, corms. These onions are looking really good down here. Oh, I do have some tomatoes that are turning. Look at that. They're supposed to, this is Rosella. Really, I love this one. Like, it is just loaded in trusses here. This one is sun sugar, which I do have one down there. So we'll see how, looks really good. I love my sunflower. Just have one plant in there. This needs to be watered once a day. That root system, I can guarantee you, is through the drainage holes already. Yeah, this phlox is a little more fuchsia, which I did not buy one, so I don't know if it mingled with the other ones. And like I said, I'll be interested to see what the one looked like over there, because that looks like a lighter color. Otherwise, I have more of a corally color, which is going to be starting. Oh, actually, like right here. And they smell so lovely too. But yeah, this is just not just one plant. I think there's 3 or 4 plants in here. And then roses are starting to flush out again. This is the Oh So Easy double red. I do like that one. I thought one died, but the other 2 just came back at the base. Pretty reliable when all the other roses were not. Delphinium. Look at that. So that's a little more fuchsia. Yeah, and that's where I have the calendula moved. I do have, oh look, it's coming. A bunch of bunching onions all over in here. So hopefully for a later harvest. And this is gorgeous. Hopefully, I know this stalk will not flop. There's no way. I mean, although that head is. There we go. But like these are so weak. I thought about kind of trimming it more into a multi-stem shrub form. So I don't know, because you've got all this at the base, which I don't think it's going to be doing anything. So it's really not needed. Oh, look, my blueberry. I've got new growth. The rabbits like eating the blueberries and the cherry. That's Romeo and Juliet. So that's why those cages are around them. They still go up on here and nip them, so it's not completely rabbit proof. Again, some more of that self-seeded Nicotiana and strawflower here, more in here, and that's where this starts to get really. But these are all flowers in here, and then frosted explosion grass from last year, which I love, but I'm just getting a little claustrophobic, which I always do. And then I just sowed some corn. Not even a week ago, and I just have like 5 across and then 5 lengths, so 25 in here. Not so much for eating. If it does happen, great, but it's more for fall interest, those stalks. And then I just put this here so the cucumbers can climb on that, which looking good. I do have some bunching onions in there that are just huge. Cucumbers are oh, look, just saw that. So they're taking their sweet time. But it's just some kale. The beans are looking good. Just have to offer them some little help to grow. Flowering. They're always a little bit later, so. And then, like, these are all garlic chives and then some weeds. So pretty sure they're about ready to pick the cucamelon. I'm like, holy cow, there's so many. And then the calendula, they should all be the same variety, but it doesn't look like it. Where this is a little, but isn't that beautiful? And then this one's really, and then the mini-me watermelon. So pretty. Did you see all that water come off it? Here. I know something's eating it. Things always eat the kale. Can't help that. I've got to get... But yeah, they're just huge. So yeah, I got to get out here. These are perfect. Not many germinated, so that was the only downside to that. But I don't think that's a plant. I think it was the birds were getting to them. That zucchini, I can't wait. I do have another one in here, same variety, but I don't know. That's just producing male flowers, and I might just get rid of it and just give this more room to grow. They're looking good. I do have another one here. This is avant-garde. Looks a little ratty, but that's what it's supposed, not what it's supposed to, but it's more a little frilly in there. But it is covered in buds. This is climbing pretty good here. I want just one that rooted itself and then formed a new plant. The Hydrangeas looks amazing here. Again, I thought this was all gone. It did die in this area over here. And a little bit lived here. And of course, this one's not blooming. I have not seen this bloom yet either. This is a new one. What can I say about honeysuckle? Let's see, love this hosta. I do have to get in here. I'm just gonna lay cardboard down and sacrifice that wild ginger. I know I think this is Gentle Giant here. It will get bigger. I think this is a coral berry, and that just got huge, but they grow really quick. And I know it's got so many flowers on, so this is gonna look fantastic. A Sun King that a little piece was left, almost broken off whenever I moved the other ones, and I'm leaving it for now. I'll see what I want to do with it. This is a pussy willow here. It's gotten pretty tall, but that foliage looks very similar to the turtle head. So it's kind of hard to distinguish the two, and that turtle head has taken over. It's going to be a beautiful day today. There's going to be a breeze. Oh, I love it. And then I had Joe Pyeweed here a long time ago, and then it just never really did great because I had two huge trees that cast a lot of shade, but it survived, so I'm leaving it. I love Joe Pyeweed. I wish I could show you that bloom in there. Wow, that is just massive. It's like I did not even notice that till now when you see it so far away, but yeah, then these zucchini leaves. Alright, I'm gonna go through. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed this little tour. It's a lot of maintenance that I was doing, weeding. Not much different is blooming. I think pretty much the same in the last video. But I hope you enjoyed, and bye for now.